In this video, I'm going to be talking about why I'm not participating in the Great Guitar Build-Off 2021. I'm going to be talking about why there's been no videos for the last 7 months. I'm also going to be going over what the future plans for the channel are and covering what's going to be my next build. First, let me just apologize for the audio quality. I'm back to using the GoPros again. Unfortunately, the audio solution I have is no longer viable. I was using an old cell phone, and I lost the password for it, so it's not going to work for me anymore. I need to buy a more permanent solution now that I'm sure this is what I'm going to be doing. Why am I not participating in the Great Guitar Build-Off 2021? Well, there's a few reasons. One of the biggest is that my professional life got extremely busy. The last 6 months have been really crazy. There's been a ton of work, and I just haven't had the bandwidth to deal with something like that. The other part of it is that, to be honest, Ben Crow delivered, and I wasn't actually expecting him to. I know that's a bit cynical. You know, they really came out of the corner swinging. Right at the beginning of the year, they had a plan. They had the website up. They knew exactly what they were going to do with it. They executed on it. And so that's really awesome. I'm happy to see that, but the timing was just all wrong. There was no way that I could participate this year. And that's okay, because part of the reason that there's been no videos for the last 7 months is that I've definitely needed a break. I was attempting to do a little bit too much, I think. There were too many firsts, and then I was trying to do it extremely well, and then also try and do it quickly and efficiently. Something has to give in that relationship, you know. Without experience and knowledge of processes, there's no way that you can meet all those demands. You know, your first time doing some of the things. You know, we were new to video editing. I'm new to filming. This garage, that's the first thing I've built in this garage. You know, other than like home improvement stuff. So there were a lot of firsts and a lot of things I needed to work on. I also needed to get my paint booth set up, which I have done, and I'm super stoked about. Can't wait to share that with you guys. It turned out really well. The airflow was better than I was expecting, and I think it's going to meet my needs really well. So, yeah, I'm really excited to get in there and start laying down some paint. So my plans for the future of the channel have not changed. I'm still going to deliver on some of the requests that were asked months and months ago. I know that many people even forgot that they asked. It's been so long, but I'm still going to deliver on that stuff. I think it's interesting. Most of the jigs and other things that I've built have been built thanks to people sharing information on YouTube. And you know, I want to share what I've done as well. Maybe someone can take something out of it, whether they see a flaw in my design or they see a good idea that they can incorporate for themselves. Like, I think that's a really good thing. So I definitely want to do the shop tour. I want to go over a couple of the jigs and setups that I have so people can understand what's going on. And of course, I also want to show off the paint booth because I'm really proud of how it turned out. Something that I want to change in our process is that there's not going to be any more just-in-time editing. It's just not realistically possible with our responsibilities and schedules and everything else that's going on. And I don't like doing it. I mean, just to be blunt. Building a guitar takes some time and some effort. Filming it adds to that, and then editing it is its own job entirely, and it just adds an extra element of stress to something that is otherwise for me a very, for lack of a better term, therapeutic, enjoyable activity. I really enjoy building instruments, so yeah, I don't want to add that extra level of stress on there. It makes sense to me to spread that out over a much greater area. So our plan is to film an entire build in its entirety. Get it all edited, put together, polished, and ready to publish, and then we'll publish the first episode of it. And that buffer will give me time to begin work on the next build and not feel like I'm disappointing people. Because The thing is I know, especially in today's world, waiting a week to get the next episode or the next piece of information can be kind of excruciating. But it's worse if that piece isn't consistent. You know, if you get a piece and then it's 2 weeks and then 1 week and then 3 weeks, and I don't want to do that. So I'm rambling a bit, but the point is that I definitely want to build up a good buffer. I want each build to be its own series, complete, polished, something that we're happy releasing and, you know, we can put out there. So after this video, chances are it's going to be a while because that moves me on to the next build. So yeah, I want to build a classic Strat. My first guitar was a Strat, and I haven't actually had one since then. And the first guitar is a best choice guitar, so it's not amazing. It doesn't play great. So I want to build myself a really nice Strat, and I've got some wood picked out. I've got a good idea what I want to do. I'm going to use these templates for, I believe it was a 64 Strat, I want to say. I'd have to go back and look to be sure, but a classic Strat. And I know that I am going to spray pearl. I think this Caribbean green pearl will look absolutely gorgeous on a sort of classic style Strat. So that's what I'm going for. That's going to be the next build. After that, I've got a definitely not so classic build in mind. After that, there's a whole list of things I want to do, but we'll see where I'm at once we get to that point. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be dropping content for a little bit. It's going to take some time to do this build, video it, and edit it, and get it nice and polished so we can present something that's easier to follow, and yeah, hopefully it'll be entertaining and interesting. That does bring me to one last topic. I didn't mention this in the beginning. This was just for the people who stuck around and are actually interested. As many of you know, there is a missing episode from Great Guitar Build-Off 2020 for me. That episode exists. We have the footage. After the stress of getting that out and my work ramping up and everything else, we never got around to it. We did touch it some, but the truth of the matter is there's a lot of emotional content, you know, that hits my editor and wife. It was difficult for her. She got through it. It wasn't much fun, and we've both been procrastinating on it because it's rough. I realized that in order to complete the build, I was gonna have to put a lot less effort into how I was setting things up to video, and because of that, it was even that much harder to edit. It exists. I still plan to put it out at some point. I'll just wait till the right time, and then I'll share that with everybody. There were a lot more issues and difficulties, believe it or not, than even what I showed in the other episodes. That last 4 to 6 weeks was something else. It's kind of amazing that I was able to finish the guitar that I did, which I'm extremely proud of, and I think is just a fantastic instrument. That about wraps it up. I will see you guys in the next video, probably be later than sooner. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and we'll see you then.